Hey, so I realized I have not done an update for 2025. So here's a quick tour of our garden. We have some volunteer tomatoes. Every tomato you see, we did not plant. Somehow came up from last year, or a tomato that my husband pressed into the ground, or I planted and it didn't come up last year but came up this year. We have about 25 total. We didn't plant any of them. So this flower was a nostrium flower. It's a good for teas, and it's also deters certain pests. Tomato, marigold for pest protection. There's dill. Underneath here is Swiss chard. The bunny rabbits like my Swiss chard, so got this thing from somebody on YouTube. I can't remember who. Little dollar and 25 waste basket from Dollar Tree, and just put it over the things that you need to protect. I'm trying this little laundry bag here on the kale because green worms got to it. It looks like it's doing okay, but it's just a laundry bag from Dollar Tree. There's a 2-pack for $1.25. Zip it all the way at the bottom, and so far I don't see any more. Anyway, this lettuce, this variety I don't think is hot tolerant, so I'll cut it down. I've done that to a few of these and they've grown back. This is bib lettuce. Got some turnip greens here. That is cabbage under there being protected. More why I keep saying cucumbers? Tomatoes. As you can see, every bush almost of our tomatoes has tomatoes on it. About ready to harvest. These are various lettuces that are coming in, and some spinach somewhere down there. That's a purple cabbage down there in the middle. I'll get closer later. This is watermelon down here. Get clear. I mulched it yesterday, actually, because this one's curling up. It's curling up. I don't know why. Let me show you. Yeah, I don't know why it's curling like that. So, another nostrium. Those are good for tea too. So it's twofold. My protection plants are plants I'm planting for tea as well. I'm doing herbal teas. This is watermelon. It's the same one that's curling. There's 2 of those. This is cantaloupe. It's curling too, so I put compost in it and mulched it. Maybe it's the heat. These beans we did not plant this year. I think we planted them last year and they didn't come up. And look, Jack and the Beanstalk. This is going on. So we have these strawberries, and I had to put this little thing up here because the birds want to enjoy the strawberries before we can enjoy them. So I have to make sure they're in there. They're very small now. I don't think I'm supposed to let them berry this year. I'm not sure. So, but anyway, I'm letting them berry. Petunias, only purpose is to look beautiful and to bring pollinators, bees and things. Told you what marigold is for. That's a huge one. I think it's because we have so much compost and fertilizer in this one. That's why it's so big. And it got huge before it gave us a single flower. So now it's flowering. You see that beetle? They're trying to turn my beans up, so I got to do something about that. I'll put some 7 on it is what I'm going to do when it stops being windy. These watermelon are great. As you can see over here, there's plenty of little ones growing, but there's a big one here. And then around here, there's more growing. I got them all trellised up. There's another one right there. More tomatoes, volunteer. There's the purple cabbage I was talking about. This is a pepper. I just moved it yesterday by itself. It had 2 green peppers, no flowers, so I felt like it was fighting for its life. So fighting for its rights. So I put it by itself yesterday. I'm thinking that's habanero, like volunteer from a pepper that fell. Not sure, but it looks just like this pepper. What do y'all think? That is borage. That's a twofold plant. That one, these flowers down here they're sticking. I don't know if you can see them, but I'll show it to you again. Calendula. Borage and calendula are pest repellents, and I'll use them for teas. This huge tomato, I don't know what's going on with it, but it is producing. I'll have to prune it. I pruned it, but it's so sickly looking. I don't want to do too much, so I'm pruning it a little at a time. More lettuce, onions. These are chives that are growing. I think that's spinach right there. I lost count. My husband put corn in random places for some reason. This is arugula. There's actually arugula over here with mixed lettuce with some kale right here. As you can see, the various lettuces are slowly coming in. And that's the cabbage under that. So let's walk across here. Got all kinds of stuff going on. This is zucchini. The wind just actually knocked it over. I don't know what's going on. Make sure it sits up. But anyway, that is Colunda right there. That flower. It's a pest protectant. You see how wild it is? That can be used for teas. More tomatoes. We didn't plant any of them. These are our cucumbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 this time instead of 6. Might be a little bit more manageable. Strawberries. I brought one strawberry thing, and I have I think I got 7 plants out of it, and the one you just saw, so 8 total. Random corn that my husband put here. This is a cucumber. It was laying down, and I'm trying to trellis it up so it looks a little crazy right now, but yeah, it's working. More tomatoes. Tomatoes. We didn't plant any of them. Again, I stress, we did not plant any of these, and they are growing. Radishes I just harvested. You can see the holes where they came from. I'm going to replant, succession plant. More tomatoes. I don't know what we're going to do with all these tomatoes. I messed around and planted. There's a squash back there too. 4 squash. I only meant to plant 2, and 2 zucchini. So I've got a zucchini plant seed in there somewhere. Hopefully it'll spring up. This is corn. I want to put some lima beans in here. We put corn over here this year because last year it scorched. It got to this level and then it scorched. Apple tree, not doing so well because it needs to be planted. Up here on the railing we have more herbs that are protectants for the cucumbers and stuff. When they get higher, it's protected from high up, and the other one's protected from low. Right? This is, got so much stuff. This is ginger. Yeah, ginger. This is potato. I've covered it. That's why you don't see anything. And here we have some collards that keep getting eaten up. I've covered it, but they still keep getting eaten up. Iceberg lettuce, some kind of mint, and that's a big marigold. Sorry, y'all. Trying to do 2 things at once and hold the camera. Marigold. Tomatoes. Didn't plant any of these. Carrots. Carrots galore. Big old Colunda. It's gonna be nice. And then romaine lettuce. Tomatoes. Romaine over here. Another little tomato coming up for some reason that we didn't plant. I'm gonna put herbs in here. I just haven't done it yet because we had so many tomatoes in here. I had to let them get to a decent size to move them. So now we're gonna put my herbs in here, some more herbs. All right, over here we have blueberries. So they're a little stressed right now because they're trying to get used to the environment. Supposed to have 2. So this is the first one. Here is elderberries. Yeah, it doesn't look like much right now, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. You see the 2 twigs. Okay, then here is the other blueberry. Here we have 2 grapes that we haven't planted yet. And then here's the apple tree we did plant. So it started acting crazy at first. We realized that it needed more compost and a different fertilizer. So it's doing well now. Because this clay dirt that we have in the yard, the water was not going down. We actually got these apple trees from South Carolina. They were like $18, I think. And we got both of them for the less than the price that we would pay for one in North Carolina. So we snatched them up and drove them back to North Carolina. Funny story. So we probably won't get any apples now. Yeah, they're building houses, y'all. I didn't have anything in this backyard, but now we got tons of houses. But yeah, why not have apple trees? I mean, they'll grow. I'm not moving right now, so yeah, let's see what it does. It's only $18, so if I get some apples, great. If not, the expense was, I know. Well, let's walk on the side of the house. I didn't want y'all to walk with me all across the yard. So here we go. Oh. If I can get the gate open. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so we had dug all this out, and we're gonna put cardboard down and mulch. As you can see, it's grown back up. This is sage. You can tell how it looks. Sage and I don't know what else. Sage and yeah, you can't see nothing, so we'll just be surprised when it comes up. This little thing had mint in it, but it didn't survive, so I'm propagating the mint here. Y'all excuse the weeds. This is mint. So yeah, like I said, we cleared this area to put cardboard down and then mulch it. This is basil, growing very well. This is, I don't know what this is. It might be cornflower. It's something like that. Echinacea or something. I'll have to check. But anyway, there it is. So these are self-watering because I barely come over here. But all of these are herbs. And the mint doubles as a pest deterrent so that when it's cold, because this door right here leads to the garage and the mint is there. And so that when winter comes, this mint and these herbs are set up to deter any pests from trying to seek shelter in our garage. Hope that makes sense. And we will use them for teas and let them just, be fruitful and multiply. So that's the tour. Yeah, that's the tour. Just some, I think, moss rose, lavender down there. Not gonna do much with it. This is just for relaxation. And this thing here, I forgot what you call it. And then I have lemongrass there in the back. Kind of died, but if you look down, you'll see that it's coming back. So it's all good. And some random little flowers I planted. This is just for decor, just for us to relax and to keep mosquitoes and stuff away. Over here, this junk that you see, this is actually a table that I had in the house, and it was no good. I was going to throw it away, and then I had the bright idea to take the wood top off, kept the metal, and I made it a grow table. So you see, it has supplies. I can put various dirts and things in here. I could grow stuff here. I have another one of these that's missing. This rack can hold stuff to dry. This actually came out of the dishwasher. And when I got ready to throw it away, I said, I can use this piece. So I use this piece as a drying rack for things that I pull out of the ground that need to dry, need a cure. And this thing is just, this is a sunshade that I'm going to use later. But yeah, I just want you to see the setup, not the sunshade. But yeah, I just keep some things, little pots and stuff here. Little clamps and stuff. So that's the setup we have right now. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll give y'all, this is the back view of that. I'll give y'all another update at some point. We've had our first harvest. It wasn't bad. Some cucumbers, some peppers, squash, of course, because I got so many, and then those radishes, and I think that's it. Cucumbers, radishes, oh, onions. I had 4 onions that I planted from a bottom of an onion. They actually grew onions, so I did 4 of those, and I'm actually going to retry it. I'm going to try it this time with red onions and see what happens. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. That's my 2025 update. If I don't do another one this year, I've done this one. And do want you to see over here before you go. Hold on. I planted sweet potatoes. So I did it a few ways and different experiments. One I saw on, fix the strawberries. See the strawberries here? And if I don't cover it, the birds are going to get it. Yep, so pull it down just a tad bit. Anyway, I did an experiment on sweet potatoes because you know you grow them from the slips. I had some from last year that I grew and kept them, and that's what we're using this year to plant. So no more buying from Lowe's. And this one I planted in the ground so it can give continuous slips. As you can see, it is giving slips. But what I did was the ones that I had that were very small, I kept them in the house and made let the slips grow out of those. Took that, put it in the water, and then they're developing roots. So that's in the window right now. I'll probably take them out next week when the roots are very, very strong, and then plant those as well, and we'll have sweet potatoes again. But yeah, this one's here just to either give to somebody so you can have sweet potatoes, or I'll just let it sit here and see what it does, because you can eat the leaves. And I think they use the leaves in African dishes, so if we don't get nothing but leaves, that's fine too. All right, y'all, that is it. I know this is kind of long, but this might be my only update for the year. All right, talk to y'all later.